I was like Superman. Nobody could break me. The best way to help the team is to score goals. I came from my own planet Zlatan. My moment when I should have gone to England, I was talking to different players that I know good and that I trust, that will give me an honest opinion. Everybody said, don't do it. It's not good for a career. You don't do a good season, people will say the rest of your thing you did before is useless because you didn't make it in England. Yeah, you did it there, but you didn't do it here. But that triggered me, because that is the challenge I want. So I went against everybody that said to me no, and I said, this is exactly what I want to do. Everybody thought that I'm too old, but I came, and I made the Premier League look old.
Up goes Ibrahimovic! He is Zlatan!
I had a fantastic time in United. It was a mix. I had Waza, I had Carrick, like the older players, let's say, and then I had these young guys, not newcomers, but young guys that wanted to go to show the world who they are. And I had a good time because I got to know everybody. And I came in a different position because I was more like the mature guy, and on all these young that was not so mature, let's say.
Paul Pogba and Zlatan Ibrahimovic, the two players coming on.
Pogba, I never played with him before. I didn't know him as a person. And when I get to know Pogba in that moment, I found a fantastic person, fantastic football player, but at the same time that needs to be guided. Small things, but in the right way.
Pogba looks for the opening as Ibrahimovic drifts in behind Gordon Greer. Ibrahimovic! Wonderful finish. You can't give him an opportunity like that.
He's a professional guy that works every day, never miss a training, never miss a game. If he can play, he will play. And I found a young guy that was a good guy that wanted it so much, and he will get it because he's working hard for it. And then when you click with somebody, it clicks. It's nothing you decide, listen, I will be your friend and you will be mine. It just happened. And the connection on the field was amazing, I think, because we helped each other very good. I needed him, he needed me. And I think the first year in United, we had a fantastic year. In the beginning was like, he's a good football player, but he's not able to score goals. So he's useless, we don't need him. The talks was like that. And it's not true, but it's not the whole story, because of course where I came from, when we were playing, it was about like playing beautiful, best skills, put between the legs, make a fool of your opponent. Because where I came from, the neighborhood was rough, and it was all about doing those things. Who was number one in that? And it was not about scoring goals and score a lot of goals. It was like who had the best skills, technique. And I brought that with me wherever I came. And a certain point came like, listen, this is high level, you need to perform. You're a striker, you need to give us goals. If you don't give us goals, I don't need you as a striker. Beautiful game, yes, but I need goals, I need results. And that changed when I came to Juventus, I think, because in Ajax was playing beautiful, scoring goals, I had the pressure, but where it was all about goals was in Italy.
For Capello?
With Capello. Capello every day, he had assistant, Italo, a little bit older guy, and everything was new for me. I mean, Juventus was like, wow, big club, big players, big coach, big history, Italian football, Serie A. Wow, that was when Serie A was on the top. And I was like, only to come here is something huge for me, something amazing. And now to stay here, I need to work hard. But I felt I'm there because of a reason. I'm here because I'm good. I'm not here because I had luck or somebody gave me a wild card. No, because of hard work. And from the first day, I went off the training pitch. I was on my way, and I hear Capello scream, I need goals from you. And that is what you will give me, Capello said. And at the end, became like a machine. In front of the goal, goals. In front of the goal, score a goal. You get opportunity, score a goal. And especially in Italy, because in Italy as a striker, I think is the most difficult position, because they're so tactically good And at that time, the football, you had all these world-class defenders. I remember a game I played against Maldini, Nesta. You don't get a chance. Maybe you get a half chance. And when you pass them, behind them was Dida. So it's not like you need to pass the defenders. Then you have a world-class goalkeeper. But I had the luck that I had Buffon as a training partner. And in front of the defense, in front of him was Thuram, Cannavaro. You don't go past them feeling good. You go past them and you will have pain everywhere. And then you need to have the strength to put it in the goal, but then you have Buffon to pass. So I had a good environment to train that skill to score goal, and I was lucky. And at the end, I mean, the goals will come as long as you train. When I met Patrick Vieira first time was in Juventus. I knew who he was. I remember we played against Arsenal. When I was in Ajax, there was this Amsterdam Arena tournament. And I remember when we were sitting on the bench, the whole Ajax team, Patrick Vieira was the only player from Arsenal to give the hand to every player when he went past them. The other ones passed, hello, nothing. But he gave hand to every player. And already I said to myself, wow, this is something else. This is different. And when he came to Juventus, he had a big influence in my game, because to train every day good. The way you train is the way you play game. He was on me all the time. I mean, when you yell at somebody, you put pressure on somebody, normally the pressure doesn't come back because, yeah, different personalities, different characters, but from him, it came twice back. And that I was not used to that. So he was on me all the time. So when I thought I did good, he said I did bad. And he was always on me, and that made my mind, he triggered my mentality by not being satisfied. You have to do much more because it's not enough.
Jose Mourinho says that you were an extension of his right arm. What do you think he means by that?
I think by the mental part, the mentality and the discipline I bring to the locker room. Because like I said, the way you train is the way you play your game. There is no relaxing in training. There is no don't give 100% in training. And that is who Jose Mourinho is. He wants that. He wants from you not 100%, he wants from you 200%. He wants you, worst case scenario, you should stand there and you give still 200%. You have a little bit pain in your leg, you don't feel that when you go on the field. And that is the mentality he brings. And that is what I believe also in and what I bring. Because I can give you an example. Before I got injured, I didn't miss one training. I didn't miss one game because I want to be there. And in the end, when after my injury, when I was selected to the games, I said to Coach Mourinho, I said, listen, I don't want to disappoint you and my teammates. I cannot give you the Zlatan that you're used to. That's why I will not give you this version, because I'm not ready. And I put myself out because I know what he wants and what he expects from the players. So he had a Zlatan before the injury and one after that was not ready. And I said to him, I cannot give you the old Zlatan. That's why I pulled myself back and I said to him, for the respect of you and the teammates, don't put me in the picture because I cannot give you what you want. And that is why I think I was his extended arm, like bringing it longer than he could, but in the locker room among the players and that. So I can understand why he says that.
There's a story, I think it's from your agent Mino Raiola.
Okay.
And he said that you coming to LA was partly to fulfill a promise to your wife. Is that right?
Nah, we talked about it, and she said one day I would like to see how it is to live in LA, and that is one of many factors why I choose LA. It was not like LA chose me. I chose LA to come, and I chose Galaxy to play under Galaxy. So that is one of the reasons.
What's it like when you walk around? So this morning I sort of was wandering around Beverly Hills and I went up to about 5 or 6 different people and I was like, do you know who Zlatan is? Guess how many people said yes?
All 5.
Close, 1. In a serious question though, is it nice to be recognised sometimes but not every minute of every day?
I think in Europe the football is extreme. I mean, the football is bigger than it is here, obviously, and it's a different lifestyle because wherever you go, you have more eyes on you. Here is more open. I mean, some recognize you, some do not recognize you, but for me that is not important. I don't need the attention to have some kind of proof to know who I am. I live a normal life wherever I go. I try to live a normal Swedish typical life. If I want to go out, I'll go out. If they recognize me or not a problem. If they want a signature, if they want a picture, no problem for me, because I don't change my life after my profession that I do. No, it's opposite. The profession change it for the way I want to live, the way my family lives. So for me, the attention is not important. You can see an example is the social media. I'm not even active on that because I don't live a social media life like many players out there live, and they want this attention and they need it. My attention is the way I perform, and I know how I can perform and what I need to perform. I'm the best at what I'm able to do. So all the other things around is not important, because who would recognize you if you were not a football player? Nobody. So it's not important for me.
Is it nice for the family though as well? Because I guess when you lived in Manchester, it would be harder to kind of go around with them and do social things.
I try to separate my profession and the family. Again, look at my social. Do you see my wife and my 2 kids in there? No. It's not part of their world. Yes, they live in it, but it's not important for them, and it's not important for me to put them in there. I'm a little bit old school and from the new school, because new school, I feel you get attention very fast for doing very little. Before, you needed to do more to get a little attention. And my family, they don't live in my shadow, in my shade. They are more important than my profession. My kids is bigger than my football. They are important. So wherever I go, where is their area, let's say in their training, I'm just the father. I'm not the football player. I am even discreet coming there. I don't want people to even see me, because it's their area. They are the stars in that environment. That is important for me. The rest, that me playing football, people think I want to be seen, and that is not important. Because if you're good at what you're doing, the rest comes by itself.
There's some differing opinions in the book about whether or not you'll go on to be a manager.
Okay.
There's a couple of people who say football needs Zlatan. So is that in your mind to be a manager?
But Zlatan doesn't need football.
Really?
Nah, not as a manager. As a football, yeah. As a football player, yes. Because I think as a manager, I think I'm helping my team now. I have experience a little bit as being like a manager, think like a manager, but not full time, because I think it's very stressful. And I think as being a football player on high level, and when you're a coach and you cannot influence the team by doing the things on the pitch, I think it's difficult, because when you try to send out a message and you don't arrive, and the message doesn't arrive to the team, it's not easy. And I think 1 year is like 10 years. Yeah, I feel you become older very fast as being manager, instead of like a player.
If we were in your house doing this interview, how many of these pictures would be like on your wall?
None.
None? How come?
Because my wife doesn't allow me to have pictures of myself, because she says it's already too much talks about you, and I don't want to see you on the walls.
So just you and the
It's
kids.
enough I see you in real life. So we are bad in those things. No, she don't. There is one on my feeds, on the wall. I found it cool to have it up, in, even if it's ugly toes. We don't care. We put it on the wall just as a reminder. We have food to eat thanks to those feet. So you should kiss those feet every day. No, I'm joking.